Alright, Nephus finally spilled the beans on why he's leaving ESO, and it gave us a lot of insight. Maybe not insight, confirmation probably is the better word to use there, about how things are done at ZeniMax, and it's interesting to see a PvE focused player experiencing all the same things we are. It was a bit of an insight, and it makes these problems bigger because it's not refined to PvP. It is the developers as a whole and how they've handled the game. I'm not going to go over his video, like the whole thing, so I highly recommend you go down and watch his video on it and thank him. He's probably done more for ESO than what any other single creator has done. So let's not forget that. Let's talk about Update 35 first. Nephus had done the testing with Update 35, and like himself and many others in the community, we did not think this was good for the game. For many reasons, and I'm not going to get into them now, but we thought the update was shit. Nephus posted a video with his thoughts. It was pretty well thought out, and he got contacted by ZeniMax, and this is what they had to say
about that video. I was asked nervously if I still wanted to work with them as a ESO content creator, and I was like, sure, I still love the game despite its issues, and I respect the developers. Then I was given a weird lecture about how responsibility comes with power as a content creator, and that I should not make shock jockey content like Howard Stern does, how I needed to be constructive and not emotional. I was warned, or maybe threatened in retrospect, about how the gaming industry was small and other companies wouldn't work with a content creator who was unprofessional. I was told I shouldn't say things that I wouldn't say to a developer's face in person. After that bizarre call, my initial reaction was, man, I must have been way too emotional, or
spoiler alert, he wasn't overly emotional. This was 100% an overreaction, overreach from Zos. Instead of seeing his video, taking the feedback on board, they decided to reach out to him, insult him, because saying that you do shock jock content is an insult. So they insult him, and then they threaten him. Because let's not bash around the bush. When you say, do you know how small the game industry is? You'll find it very hard to get work in this field if you screw with us. Like, that's a threat. And this should be another glimpse behind the curtain at how ZeniMax treats their community and how they treat their content creators. Because if they're going to do this to Nephus, as someone that has done more for this game than probably any other individual in the community, if they're going to treat him like this, then there is zero hope for us. If they won't listen to Nephus, which they didn't, they're not going to listen to us. So, anyway, let's move on. So the next thing that Nephus spoke about was when he decided to live stream at TwitchCon. He had his backpack and everything, but he was well aware that there may have been some people that didn't want to be filmed and recorded. Some VTubers specifically. So he did everything in his power to let everyone know that he'll be live streaming, and he went beyond what myself would have done, because I'm sorry, but if I'm going to TwitchCon and I want to live stream, I'm not thinking about it because it's fucking TwitchCon. Like, if you don't want to be on camera, don't go. Or wear a costume or something. You can't go there and expect everyone to know that you don't want to be on camera. And then have the audacity to message that person and ask them to remove the content. And then even further, have the audacity to not reply and thank him. And even further than that, the audacity to run this up the chain at ESO or at Zos. It is insane. And those VTubers, honestly, can go fuck themselves. I'm sorry. That's my thoughts on it. The next incident I want to talk about also happened at TwitchCon and also involved Nephus streaming. Now, for those that don't know, Pain in the Axe has been doing DJ sets, and they got him to DJ the ESO event at TwitchCon. Nephus had agreed with Payne to go and live stream the DJ set for Payne, so he would have an extra point of view, I guess, and just more footage that he'll be able to use to hopefully get DJ gigs down the line. Everything was fine. It was all about to kick off, and then Gina come out on stage and said this.
Go ahead and raise your hand, and I'll kind of run over because we only have one mic. And we also don't want to like block off walkways and stuff, and then comes a fire hazard, and then we all have to leave. So like we're all going to be made. The other thing I want to say is, this is TwitchCon, but we would appreciate no live streaming.
Really?
Yeah, really.
What about Payne's DJ?
Well, Payne is streaming himself. That's different.
From here?
I'm being serious.
No, from here.
Listen, we're not going to start until Nephus puts his camera on.
All right.
The pressure is on.
Bye, Chad.
But he's streaming from this backpack, just heads up.
We're not streaming from anywhere.
Okay, Gina, how long have you been a community manager for? Many years. So not once did you stop and think that publicly single-targeting someone out in a crowd is something that you shouldn't be doing because it makes them feel horrible. It makes them feel embarrassed. It's not a good feeling. And I guarantee you a lot of people watching this video now would be in the exact same boat. Because it's not a good thing to do. She could have come out and said no more live streams and not single targeted him out. She could have done that. Or she could have went to him earlier that day and gone, look, no live streams tonight during the event. They would have both been fine. But the other bigger problem is, why can't he stream? Payne's live streaming. So why can't Nephus record the stream from a different point of view? It definitely feels like Nephus was single-targeted here. He was pointed out and they wanted to make an example, I guess, in some way or form. And, it's all joking and whatever. It is, I'm sure some people say that Gina was just joking and it wasn't to be taken seriously. But at the end of the day, if someone's actions make someone else feel that way in that situation, it's not a good fucking thing. Like, if this was a couple of friends hanging out having a beer, sure. It's not. It's not that kind of relationship. Anyway, I highly recommend you go and watching his full video, because I only covered a few of the little snippets that he said in that video. And as always, guys, I'll love yous, and I'll catch yous next time. Peace.